Hello everyone. Yeah, how are you? Good. So today is our eighth day of 100-day reading challenge to make our fluency perfect. So it's a chapter ninth. Yesterday we have completed chapter 8 and now we are in the beginning of chapter 9. So before started today's chapter, I would like to request you again that I am uh, trying to do a kind of help to you guys as well as mine. For the same, I have make a community number where you can message me that if you all will send me a message, so I'll be arrange a one-on-one session, or we can meet up uh, of weekend or once in a month, any of the day after suggestion. So if you also want to make your communication better, and first of all, let me clear, I have cleared in all the video that I am not here to teaching you guys. I am here to teaching learning from you. So we are equal in this platform. So don't hesitate to message. Community number is 9873976 739, and you must be wonder that what I am doing with the laptop. So it's my office laptop, and this is my working hours. I am in between the my office shift, so that's why I'm here with the laptop. So yes, today we will complete the lesson 9. So, ninth chapter, the role of family and friends in shaping your habits. Okay. In 1965, a Hungarian man named Laszlo Polar wrote a series of strange letters to a woman named Clara. Laszlo was a firm believer in hard work. In fact, it was all the believer in. He completely rejected the idea of innate talent. He claimed that with deliberate practice and the development of good habits, a child could become a genius in any field. His mantra was, a genius is not born, but is educated and trained. Yeah, I also agree that. Yeah, this is for you, this line for you guys as well. And for me, Alonso decided chess would be a suitable field for the experiment, and he laid out a plan to raise his children to become chess prodigies. And the kids would be homeschooled, a rarity in Hungary at the time. The house would be filled with chess books and pictures of famous chess players. The children would play against each other constantly and compete in the best tournament they could find. The family would keep a meticulous file system of the tournament history of every competitor the children faced. Their lives would be dedicated to chess. Laszlo successfully courted Clara, and within a few years, the Polgres were parents to three young girls, Susan, Sophia, and Judith. Susan, the oldest, began playing chess when she was 4 years old. Within 6 months, she was defeating adults. Sophia, the middle child, did even better. By 14, she was a world champion, and a few years later, she became a grandmaster. Judith, the youngest, was the best of all. By age 5, she could beat her father. At 12, she was the youngest player ever listed among the top 100 chess players in the world. At 15 years and 4 months old, she became the youngest grandmaster of all time, younger than Bobby Fischer, the previous record holder. For 20 years, 27 years, she was the number one ranked female chess player in the world. The Polish sister grew up in a culture that prioritized chess above all else, praised them for it, rewarded them for it. In their world, an obsession with chess was normal. And as we are about to see, whatever habits are normal in your culture and among the most attractive behaviors you will find. Okay, let me check one thing. The seductive pull of social norms. Humans are herd animals. We want to fit in, to bond with others, and to earn the respect and approval of our peers. Such inclinations are essential to our survival. For most of our evolutionary history, our ancestors lived in tribes, becoming separated from the tribe or worse being cast out was a death sentence. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Meanwhile, those who collaborated and bonded with others enjoyed increased safety mating opportunities and access to resources at Charles Darwin noted. In the long history of humankind, those who learn to collaborate and improve most effectively have privilege. We don't choose our earliest habit, we imitate them. We follow the script handed down by our friends and family, our church or school, our local community and society at large. Each of these cultures and groups come with its own set of expectations and standards. When and whether to get married, how many children to have, which holidays to celebrate, how much money to spend on your child's birthday party. In many ways, the social norms are the invisible rules that guide your behavior each day. You are always keeping them in mind, even if they are at the not top of your mind. Often you follow the habits of your culture without thinking, without questioning, and something without remembering. As the French philosopher Michel de Montaigne wrote, the custom and practice of life in society sweep us along. Most of the time, going along with the group does not feel like a burden. Everyone wants to belong. If you grow up in a family that reward you for your chess skill, playing chess will seem like a very attractive thing to do. If you work in a job where everyone wears effective suits, then you will be inclined to splurge on one as well. If all of your friends are sharing an inside joke or using a new phrase, you will want to do it too. So they know that you get it. Behaviors are attractive when they help us fit in. We imitate the habits of three groups in particular: the close, the many, the powerful. Each group offers an opportunity to leverage the second law of behavior change and make our habits more attractive. Imitating the clothes approximately has a powerful effect on your behavior. This is true of the physical environment as we discussed in chapter 6, but it is also true of the social environment. I find that I often imitate the behavior of those around me without realizing it. In conversation, I'll automatically assume the body posture of the other person. In college, I began to talk like my roommates, or when traveling to other countries, I consciously imitate the local accent despite reminding myself to stop. As a general rule, the closer we are to someone, the more likely we are to imitate some of their habits. One groundbreaking study tracked 12,000 people for 32 years and found that a person's chance to become ops increased by 57% if he or she had a friend who became ops. It works the other way too. Another study found that if one person in a relationship lost weight, the other partner would also slim down about one third of the time. Our friends and family provide a sort of invisible peer pressure that pulls us in their direction. One of the most effective things you can do to build a better habit in to join a culture where you deserve behavior is the normal behavior. New habits seem achievable or when you see others doing them every day. If you are surrounded by fit people, you are more likely to consider working out to be a common habit. If you are surrounded by judge lovers, you are most likely to believe it's reasonable to play judge every day. Your culture set your expectations for what is normal. Surrounded yourself with people who have the habits you want to have yourself. You will rise together. To make your habits even more attractive, you can take this strategy one step further. Nothing sustains motivation better than belonging to the tribe. It transforms a personal quest into a shared one. Previously, you were on your own. Your identity was singular. You are a reader. You are a musician. You are an athlete. When you join a book club or a band or a trailing group, your identity becomes a link to those around you. Growth and change is no longer an individual pursuit. We are readers, we are musicians, we are cyclists. The shared identity begins to reinforce your personal identity. This is why remaining part of a group after achieving a goal is crucial to maintaining your habits. It's friendship and community that aim a new identity and help behavior last over the long run. The group would be shown one card with a line of it and then a second card with a series of lines. Each person was asked to select the line on the second card that was similar in length to the line on the first card. It was a very simple task. Here is an example of two cards used in the experiment. The experiment always begins the same. First, there would be some easy trials where everyone agreed on the correct line. After a few rounds, the participants were shown a test that was just as obvious as the previous one, except the actors in the room would select an internationally incorrect answer. For example, they would respond to a composition shown in figure 10. Everyone would agree that the lines were the same even though they were clearly different. Ash ran this experiment many times and in many different ways. What he discovered was that as the number of actors increased, so did the conformity of the subject. If it was just the subject and one actor, then there was no effect on the person's choice. They just assumed they were in the room with a dummy, or when two actors were in the room with the subject, there was still a little impact. But as the number of people increased to three actors and four, all the way to eight, the subject became more likely to second guess themselves. By the end of the experiment, nearly 75% of the subjects had agreed with the group answer even though it was obvious incorrect. But there can be a downside. Humans are similar. There is tremendous internal pressure to comply with the norms of the group. The reward of being accepted is often greater than the reward of winning an argument, looking smart, or finding truth. Most days we would rather be wrong with a crowd than be right by ourselves. Humans everywhere pursue power, prestige, and status. We want pins and medallions on our jacket, or we want president or partners in our titles. We want to be acknowledged, recognized, and praised. The tendency can seem vain, but overall it's a smart move. Historically, a person with greater power and status has access to move resource. What is lesson about survival and proves to be a more attractive match. We are drawn to behaviors that earn us respect, approval, administrations, and status. We want to be the one in the gym who can do musical or the musician who can play the hardest chord progression or the parents with the most accomplished children because these things separate us from the crowd. Once we fit in, we start looking for ways to stand out. We are also motivated to avoid behaviors that would lower our status. We trim our hats and mow our lawn because we don't want to be slob of the neighborhood. When our mother comes to visit, we clean up the house because we don't want to be judged. We are continuously wondering what will others think of me and altering our behavior based on the answer. The Polar Sisters, the chess prodigies mentioned at the beginning of this chapter, are evidence of the powerful and lasting impact social influencers can have on our behavior. The sisters practiced chess for many hours each day and continued this remarkable effort for decades, but these habits and behaviors maintained their attractiveness in part because they were valued by their culture. From the praise of their parents, of the achievements of different status marketers, like becoming a grandmaster, they had many reasons to continue their effort. So this was the end of chapter 9, but there is a summary in 6 bullet point. So let's get finished it first. Uh, Summary point 1. The culture we have determine which behave are attractive to us. Second, we tend to adopt habits that are praised and approved of by our culture because we have a strong desire to fit in and belong to the tribe. The third, we tend to imitate the habits of three social groups, the clothes, the many and the powerful with status and prestige. For one of the most effective things you can do to build better habits is to join a culture when your desired behavior is the normal behavior and you already have something in common with the group. Fifth, the normal behavior of the tribe often overpowers the desired behavior of the individual. Most days we would rather be wrong with the crowd than be right by ourselves. Sixth one. If a behavior can get us approval, respect, and praise, we find it attractive. So finally, this was the end of chapter 9. Tomorrow we'll continue with the chapter 10. So guys, it's a 100-day reading challenge to make fluency a bit better. So in the 100 days, please follow me continuously and comment me if there is a bit improvement or not. Although from my side I'm doing very hard work for do the same, but I know that it's a 1 week or 8 days. It's not improved yet so a bit, but I can see a bit improvement in myself, that I can open a mouth widely. Yeah. So this is the only 8th day. So if you are like me, please, I'm appealing, I'm begging to you that you would also are reading the same and share your journey with me. If you ping me, comment me, I'll give your name in my videos, and as well as uh, I will do a one-on-one call with you guys. Yeah. So for the same, what you can do, you can ping me on my WhatsApp number. Number is 98739767739. You will find the number, the same number in description as well. So guys, till the time, practice hard to better in your life, get riches and successful. Goodbye.